Nobody inside the 10. Get back. Two receivers left and right. McCown takes the snap. He steps up. He's all by himself. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown!
What up? Welcome to the Bush League Sports Show. We are the best B-rated sports show live on Facebook and YouTube every Monday night at 8:45, and it's only 8:47, so we uncharacteristically we're much closer to being on time than we typically are. Welcome to the show. This is Studio 725. I'm here with Dr. Moonlight Graham, my boy Pepper, Stat Guy, Produce over there, producing the show, wearing the Novel Coffee Roasters hoodie. Is it a hoodie or is it just sweatshirt?
Oh, no, it
is a hoodie.
Yeah.
That is a quality-looking hoodie, dude.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Now you look like
nice and cozy.
a character from... It's a cross between Beavis and Butthead and... What was that show with the little kids that were just a bunch of big heads?
South Park?
Yeah, the South Park
South
kids.
Park?
Yeah, the Rugrats. It's a combo between Rugrats,
Every
South
cartoon.
Park, and Beavis and Butthead. Congratulations.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, love
Impossible.
it. Hey, so if you have never watched the Bush League Sports Show before, the whole point of this show, whole being spelled HOLEPOINTE is how we spell that around here. The whole point of the show is for us as fans, us and you, to be able to share our thoughts, our opinions on the hot topics of the days, the weeks, whatever it is that's going on that we're going to throw up on the rundown that Produce is going to give you in a minute. So go in the comment thread and not only but give us your thoughts. Like actually tell us what it is you think about what it is we're talking about. If you look on the rundown and you go, I'm not interested in this, but I see something I'm interested in later, we'll come back and then comment and share your thoughts there. You can also follow us on Instagram, BL Sports Show, and you can do the same thing. We put we put a lot of funny sports memes on there.
You
Wow.
went full Boston there.
did.
You're keeping it consistent.
Wow.
I carried it all the way through. You're welcome for doing that. You can go on, share your thoughts there as well.
Guys.
We have done...
And hold on. Lil Rock
Okay.
is watching the show
Shout out Lil Rock.
Shout out
What
Lil
up?
Rock.
I'm talking to him right now.
on YouTube.
Hey,
Yes.
bro, I'm glad you're
Who
here.
is that?
He's our Instagram
Rocky.
fan.
Instagram fan.
He was throwing down some comments on Instagram the
Really
last couple
sorry.
days. So.
Really sorry to interrupt. You really had your mojo going.
I was
and
rolling.
I feel like an idiot.
These are new headphones I'm wearing, and they sound completely different than what I've worn before.
In a good way?
No, I
Oh.
feel like I'm in a tunnel, and I can hardly hear
Do
what
you
I'm saying. It's really strange.
wanna
It's like
turn
the
it up?
EQ is off or something. Yeah. Do something. So regardless, welcome. Yes, do something to fix that over there. Turn some knobs and make it better. We're glad you're here. Produce, why don't you give us the rundown?
Okay. Man, this camera does not look good. Every time.
Autofocus.
That is a close shot.
I got the rundown right here because we're doing something different with the rundown, all right? So, yeah. We're going to be talking about the NBA All-Star Game, and we're going to be giving our thoughts on some alternatives for All-Star Weekend stuff. We're also talking about Steph Curry and that other dude who I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name.
Try it.
No.
Do it.
Do it.
I just said
Do
I'm
it.
not going to
Do
try.
it.
Just do
and
it.
I refuse.
Peer pressure.
No, and
Do
get
Do it.
farther from your mic.
You're the dude. You do the rundown. Just do it. It's always funny when you screw it up.
Nope.
Are you reading the rundown off a piece of scratch paper right now?
I am, and you are too.
Oh,
Yeah.
son
Yeah,
of a
we
gun.
are.
There it is.
Touche.
That's what that is. Phenomenal.
Steelers are imploding on themselves. We're talking about franchise tags, Colin Kaepernick. We're talking about Mel Kiper's mock draft. We're also talking about Duke going up to the top spot after Tennessee got ever slapped. We're also talking about MLB spring training, Harper and Machado again.
Every
and
week.
We're talking Mike Trout.
Trout. Like Mike Trout, the guy, not the fish.
Mike Fish.
I wonder if he ever fishes for trout. Carson Parrish, what's up, buddy?
Doubt
Haven't
it.
seen you in a while. I went to college with Carson.
Sup?
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so just one quick thought that I had. I went back and I was looking at some stats from the show and realized every time I wear a beanie, we have less views that week. And every time I wear a baseball hat, we have more.
I tried switching things up, going with the backwards cap,
I saw that.
which I never do,
Never.
ever.
That's usually my thing.
And I went no hat,
Yeah.
Oh,
so you can see my thinning hair.
And you should have gone with a hat.
I should have. And I have 2 hats on the ground next to me.
But you will not
I
give
will
in
not.
to peer pressure today.
Exactly.
It won't happen.
I won't peer myself. I
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But you know what
Hey,
is
moving on.
the same? Is this very nice table. It is back
Table is
again every week.
phenomenal. It just feels
Until we
like,
get a new one.
golly, it's nice.
Will take a while.
Hey, you did a stand-up comedy routine
I did.
this last week, and we would kind of like to hear some of it before we talk about the NBA. I feel like those go hand in hand because you told jokes, and the NBA All-Star Game was a joke.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll give you one joke.
Yeah, give us the best one.
I can't give you the best one because this is a
Don't
family show.
Don't give us the best one. Definitely don't do that.
Well, it's not a family joke. I'll say that.
Well, we're all a family, so don't do that.
So yeah, I consider myself a pacifist. You know.
Wait, is this the start of the joke?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
making sure.
Have you never watched a stand-up comedy routine?
Do you understand
Not
how
one
jokes
time.
are?
the best jokes are when you don't know they're coming.
I know
Okay.
he's sitting down, but he's now full character doing the routine.
I'm
Okay, I'm ready now.
standing
I'm ready now.
up with comedy.
Guys, that was my
Um,
fault. Like, takes time to recognize.
I
Thank
consider
you.
myself a pacifist, not for, any particular reason other than I just can't fight.
All right, there it was.
Did the joke end?
Okay.
Like, when?
yeah. The punchline is I can't fight.
I can see where you would be confused tonight on where the joke started and where it ended.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so the NBA All-Star Game apparently took place this last week.
It was yesterday.
Yes. The score was really, really high. Did anyone play defense?
Not a single person. So it was basically the normal NBA.
Excellent. No, except the score was like 197 to what?
It was like 178.
178 to 164.
Okay. I guess I read it wrong. It's hard to read sometimes.
So I tried to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I went out of my way last
Right.
night to turn it on and actually watch this game, and I kid you not, 3 minutes later I had to turn it off.
By show of hands, who all turned the game on to make an effort? Okay.
Hey, 2 out of 5.
By show of hands, who did not turn on the game to make an effort?
Can we also like raise our
Odd.
hands to know?
6 people voted out of 5. So actually, no, Holder didn't vote.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
voted.
did.
Oh.
Yeah, totally
I
did.
even turned the camera and
To
showed
show-
me raising my hand.
I am voting. Look at me.
My
Vote.
vote matters. I have a voice. Whoa, I shouldn't do my hand like that. Yikes. Okay. Did not mean to do that.
This
Ouch.
show is going to get really sporty.
Was that
tonight.
part of the
And-
stand-up routine?
And Facebook just took us down.
Not a shock. Not a shock. They hate us.
Yeah,
Gosh.
I don't know. There was a bunch of bad 3-point shooting. There was just a bunch of dunks. Nobody tried at all. So it's kind of annoying to watch that, except for the awesome dunks. And there was a lot of people talking on ESPN today saying that, like,
Which, if you want to
the
see
dunks-
the dunks, watch the dunk contest.
No, so the All-Star Game had better dunks than the dunk contest.
How does that happen?
Because
Exactly.
no names go in the dunk contest now. It's
Yeah.
no longer like the cool thing like it was 10 years ago.
Because
Even-
what can you do now? What's cool to dunk?
The only thing
jump
that
over
is
Shaq.
cool is doing what they did 20 years ago.
Yeah,
Did anybody wear the Jordan 6 infrareds during the game?
don't know.
We didn't watch enough to see
Yeah,
that.
Oh,
I wouldn't know what those would look like.
They're the,
That too.
they look like shoes.
They all look like shoes.
I was just curious because they dropped on Saturday, so I thought maybe somebody would have worn them in honor of Jordan.
What are they called?
Infrared 6.
Hmm.
Jordan 6 infrared. Infrared is the color, 6 is the model. Jordan is the brand.
Yeah, but Team LeBron won.
Fine. Oh, wow, what a shock. LeBron's team won something? Golly, how did his LeBron do? Did he actually play?
I mean, I guess as much as you can play in an All-Star game. So basically, he walked around.
Well, that's cool. Didn't they used to have, like, not NBA guys come out and play?
Well,
as
that's
part of the game?
the celebrity game.
Yeah, they do have that.
Did that happen this
That
weekend?
did happen.
Yes.
But yet, NBA players still did play in that game.
X.
Ray Allen was in. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Ben
X.
Faber.
Yeah, they bring in some old NBA players, and then they also they have celebrities that play in it. So
Which-
like JB Smoo was in there. He's a comedian. One of the guys from Migos, he's actually pretty
Quavo?
decent. Yeah, Quavo. He's actually.
He's an
It's
athlete.
pronounced queso.
Did you?
Did you say what I think you said?
That's what I was gonna ask, and then I was like, wait, it is a family show. Is it?
He's an athlete.
Okay.
Okay, we
That's
thought you
not
said
what,
something
That's
else.
not what you said.
sorry,
but-
what-
Remember that time I
Some
said
kind of booty
I'm
lead
a-
or something.
The time I said I'm a hassle, and then this old lady like wrote the elders like up
I
in
remember
arms
that.
saying that I said something else.
I do remember that.
That's what you
That's
just did.
what we thought you said, but we thought you ended it with leet. So hassle leet without the hassle.
I think.
That would be LeBron.
LeBron is a
Oh,
hassle
yeah,
leet.
you're right.
No
There
doubt.
it is.
Hey,
For
by
sure.
by show of hands on the text thread, how many guys are big fans of hassle leet LeBron?
Big fan guy.
LeBron hassle leet.
That is the worst sentence ever.
If there's ever proof that we don't know what we're talking about,
This is
It's
it. This is it.
And that's the 34th stroke on the show.
Hey,
that was like if aliens came down and like you made them watch basketball real quick. That's what they would say. Like we forced a bot to watch 36 hours of ESPN, and they came up with that.
There's a guy that busted me on Instagram today because I made a comment. He said on the Rodgers Brady thread, he was like, "I'll take the one that can complete Hail Mary passes." And so I
Wow.
responded with, "So you want Pat Mahomes, huh?" And he comes back and says at BL Sports Show, "Now you just sound uneducated." To which I looked it up. Do you know Brady's longest Hail Mary? Not Brady's, but Rodgers' longest Hail Mary TD.
Like 60 something?
67 yards.
Yeah.
You know how far Pat's was this year?
110?
68.6 almost. He threw it from the stands to the next game. It was still in the air.
The next stadium over.
No, it was the next week when they traveled. It then landed in the
finally
end
caught
zone, and Kareem Hunt finally caught the dumb thing. I was like, but then I went back and double checked it. It was a preseason game,
but it counts.
so I was glad I didn't say it in the thread.
Hmm.
Anyways, regardless,
Yeah.
we have been like people have been like cussing at me on
Yeah.
the Brady Rodgers, the 2 posts we've done in the last 7 days. I've had people cuss at me and call me some pretty profane names.
I think that's just social media.
It's been enlightening.
It's part
to
of being
say
in the
the
spotlight,
least.
man.
It is. I mean, I've enjoyed it. I've tried
Welcome.
to. I do. My favorite.
I'm coming to that.
My
Okay.
favorite is when they get irate. Is to go. It's a sports meme. It's supposed to be funny. Like that's the point.
Brothers Instagram.
Yep.
Anyway, back to NBA.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Hey.
We were talking about NBA.
Yeah, it's almost over. So a highlight of the game was the Steph Curry and Giannis dunk. Did you guys see that? So Steph Curry bounced it over Kawhi Leonard, and Giannis comes in and slams
That's
it
pretty
in.
sweet.
It was awesome.
I wish I would have seen that.
I wish I would have watched enough of it to see
Yeah.
that.
I like how you asked us all. Did anybody see that? Because a minute ago we took a vote on who turned it on.
I saw it.
I thought maybe
Yeah.
you were
Oh,
watching
wait.
ESPN
I
today.
didn't.
It was on
No, I didn't get
ESPN
to.
all day. But fun fact, as much as we're talking about the All-Star game, the highest rated sports event that happened this weekend was the Daytona 500.
Hey,
I love watching left turns.
Ben just wanted to know when we were going to talk about the Daytona 500 because it got the highest TV rating, Seymour, of any sports broadcast this weekend. I don't know if you already talked about it or not.
Who's
We
Seymour?
didn't.
See
What?
more butts.
Oh,
What?
who said that?
You guys don't know Seymour?
I not only do I not listen to what you say on the show, I don't listen to what I say on the show either. So I have no idea what's happening 99% of the time.
NASCAR and AAF
That's why we have a show.
That's why we have a show.
are taking over.
Okay.
No.
So, other
didn't say
than
that. Ben said that.
do we have a clip of that dunk?
Of the dunk?
I can get one.
We need to be better.
I was supposed to get a montage of the dunk contest
Of
we
the
did a
real
year ago.
dunk contest.
I gave it to you. Play it.
The whole episode is what you gave me, and I loaded it up into OBS, and the whole hour-long episode played. So we don't have that anymore.
Of our dunk contest?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was legit.
that
We
was.
did.
Dang, he bounced that ball
Wow.
high.
We didn't get
Run
to
that back
film the
real
other
quick.
one.
It is in our highlight reel, though. If you want to check out our 2018 highlight reel, it's
2018
in
highlight
there.
reel of the dunk contest
impressive.
from 2018.
From 2018.
Didn't you win that one?
I did because I was the only one who actually dunked
Dr.
it.
Moonlight's the only one who actually made a dunk.
We all made it. We all made one.
We did?
Yeah. I
Oh.
I just made the highlights.
Oh.
Oh, I thought, well, how did I win then?
Dude, that's legit. Okay, if you haven't seen the Steph, what's his name?
Giannis.
Giannis?
Oh.
Yeah, I almost called him Giannis.
That's why I didn't say it.
Is Giannis playing for LeBron?
No.
No, he was wearing black.
He plays for Milwaukee. He was the other team captain.
Who were the two guys that were mad at each other that were playing on the same team?
That was
Probably
Russell?
Russell Westbrook.
and
Shocker. Yes.
and who's the trash talker from 76ers?
Joel Embiid.
Him. Yeah, they played together.
Nobody likes Embiid.
No,
What
but that's his shtick.
What are they mad at each other about? They
The
just hate each
stick.
Because Joel
Shtick.
Joel
There's
landed
an
on
H
him.
in there.
He
Weird
went
place
up for
to
a
put an
block
H.
and he landed on him and
Also, it's Russell Westbrook, so anything you do other than
let him score.
it will make him mad.
Yeah, he's kind of a punk.
Kind of.
Okay, he is. But granted, like
He's
his
a great
teammates,
NBA player.
his
He's a
teammates-
great athlete.
his teammates left him. Because he played with KD.
He's
and
the
Harden.
number 2 Hasselite in the NBA.
It's hard to become,
Yeah,
That ain't easy.
you got to rise to the occasion for that.
except in the All-Star game.
That's right. Then nobody does anything.
And, yeah.
So there was also some other activities going on All-Star weekends, like we talked about. There was the celebrity game.
Right.
Which looked like it was a G League game. When I saw the production of it, I was like, wait, what? This is not the celebrity. It looks like they were playing in a middle school stadium, a gymnasium.
Maybe they were.
Yeah.
Maybe that's all they could
And
afford
it's never been like that.
this year.
So on the weekend too, they also have the skills contest and the dunk contest. The skills contest was pretty cool. They also had the 3-point contest.
Which
But-
was incredible.
Yeah.
By Steph
yeah.
Curry,
Who
yet
won?
he didn't win.
Yeah, there was that white guy that won, right?
Yeah, some white dude.
Yeah.
Nobody
I don't
knows.
know his name, but
Again, because it's the NBA.
Some white guy won. Oh, that's funny.
Looks
No,
like
no, not the 3-point contest, not the dunk contest.
That's my fault.
Speaking of white guys, a friend of mine
Here it comes.
sent me this tweet
Joe Harris.
from I can't even remember who the tweet was from, but it said, "Did you know that a group of 2 or more white guys is called a podcast?"
Here we are.
And
And
there we are.
There's 5 of us.
there is 5 of us.
Welcome to the Bush
Why
League
did you
Sports
do
Show.
it like this?
Because that's what the tweet was. It said a podcast.
Oh,
They were in- they
because
were in
white people
quotes.
do content.
Guys, it's funnier than
contest.
how you're
Yes.
making it out to be. So
All
I'm
the
going to
white
need y'all to
Hasselites.
laugh more.
That guy doesn't get the joke.
Because he didn't know where it started.
Wait, did the joke end yet?
Yeah.
No, it's still going.
Okay, good.
It's
I'll wait-
it's
I'll wait to
all
laugh.
night. It's all night.
So
Don't stop. Keep talking, Blake.
We love the NBA. It's our favorite subject to talk about.
well, so there's some alternatives in the All-Star weekend.
There
like
all are.
being-
There are alternatives
Well,
to NBA.
No,
there are
not
many.
alternatives to it. Other things they can be doing in there. So,
Oh,
like
okay.
one person suggested, because during the skills competition, so part of the skills competition is you ended on a 3-pointer.
Okay.
Well, one guy was behind, so he had the ball. He shot it from half court. It knocked the other guy's ball out of the air, and it went in.
It is win.
And so he won that round.
That's
I
funny.
think
is
that was the
hilarious.
final, wasn't it?
That might have been the final.
I think it was the final when he.
It was
he
an
won.
incredible shot. Yeah, half court shot.
Yeah.
So somebody suggested, like, dude, get some of these all-stars and make them play knockout.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
That would be cool.
I would think about watching that.
Yeah. Or horse.
But then quickly dismiss it and then do something productive.
Yeah, but then be realistic.
And then I would do some other alternative activity to watching the NBA.
Mystery.
I I was looking at stuff that you sent today and looking at like NCAA basketball and thought to myself, I really need to watch more basketball, college basketball. Maybe not NBA because, I don't know, college basketball just seems more fun. Is that true?
I wouldn't know. I don't watch either.
I mean, March Madness is a thing that exists.
What happened over there?
I'm watching some highlights from the Celebrity All-Star Game, and there's some legit plays. It's
That's
actually
cool.
pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I don't know how any of these people are, but
They play more defense in the All-Star game.
they really
sure
do.
did.
Well, so NBA, we'd like to take this time to thank you for nothing.
Well,
However, I do think that their system is better than anyone else's from a player pay standpoint. In the way those guys are treated, I think it's better.
they are definitely treated better than other leagues.
Well, that's why apparently some NFL owners / owners' assistants have talked to Adam Silver in the last 5 years about being the NFL commissioner.
Yeah, floating that one.
But he says he has no desire to go to the NFL.
Too much work. It's already
The PGA just got rid of their commish. Maybe
Can he co-commish? Can he do one and the other?
it's golf. I mean, he's not really doing much anyways.
What do you do?
Not much more than the golfers. Heyo.
Wow.
That was a burn.
Wow.
That was a toasty
They're
burn.
athletes too.
ATH. Athlete. Yep.
Maybe it was because I had an M&M in my mouth or something.
I don't know, but it sounded
We're gonna
like straight up. It was
after the show.
awesome.
We're gonna look that up.
We both were like,
Yeah.
you know what? What did you just say?
Just trying to spice up the show.
Hey, if the show's not spicy, it's not hot.
That's why they call me Pepper.
And there's really nothing else to say tonight other than that.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching the Bush League Sports Show.
All right.
Is there anything else?
What was that?
Is that the new soundboard?
Soundboard's back. That signifies the end of our show.
That was the buzzer that played
Can
at the
you
end
make
of the
that noise again?
Cue the music, and there's the idle screen.
Can you do
And
that?
we're done.
What did
Show's
you just
over.
do?
Do what?
Do that noise again.
I didn't do a noise.
It was like a computer
Yeah.
update or notification.
Oh, that wasn't me.
That's how we transition now.
That was probably
Topic to topic.
because
Is it McAfee?
Whatever. There it is. So we're transitioning
That was
from
a
the
different
NBA. We're done with that. NFL, the Steelers are a absolute mess.
Yeah. Yes.
Wha-
Yes.
Okay, so Antonio Brown, not only demanding a trade, but being very vocal about it in public settings. That dude, he does not care what anybody from Pittsburgh thinks of him any longer. Like, I don't care. I want out now.
He's attacked Ben. He has also attacked Mike Tomlin.
He's attacked us
Yeah.
personally.
He.
On multiple occasions.
We wish.
That's the one that's writing
He
the
hasn't.
vulgar words to you on Instagram.
it's all AB. He keeps calling me names on
because
there.
that one post you came
I'm
up
like-
with.
I didn't even post it.
Oh, I think you did.
I did. Did I? I don't know.
You did.
Okay.
But
mean,
it was funny.
I mean, I
Thank
wish
you.
he would attack us because then we'd probably be popular.
I like AB. I do. But he's going to make it hard to get another job.
Yes.
He's so good. I think he obviously is going to get one. But,
I mean, if Kareem Hunt could get another team, AB can.
yeah, that's true.
I don't know, though. I think owners are quicker to forgive that than bad attitudes. Like, you better
Which
kiss the
is
ring.
so bad. If that's really true, just the thought of that.
I mean, look
is
why
terrible.
look why T.O. didn't play anymore.
Yeah. Cause
It wasn't because of
Ochocinco?
talent. Yeah, it was because they didn't want to deal with his attitude. Are you still watching those game highlights?
Yeah, I saw that one.
That's
That's Ray Allen though. He played.
So what are the
Oh, wait,
Steelers going to do?
what?
Like, there's still the question on Bell.
I mean, I think they have to let him go because what is his franchise tag going to be this year if they decide to keep him? Stat
Bell?
guy? It's going to be like,
It's like 26.
yeah, and I don't think they're going to want to pay him that. I don't even know if they have the cap. Well, yeah, I guess if Brown is gone, they have the cap space.
May not be 26.
Which, how big of a stick it to you would that be if the Steelers franchise tagged him again?
A Bell?
Yeah.
Which there's been rumors that may happen. I
Yeah.
thought I
But-
read this morning.
But you're getting paid $26 million. So
if you,
You know, I
if you play though, like because he didn't get paid this year.
I said
When
that
he was
last
a
year.
franchise tag.
If nothing else, worst case scenario, they tag him again,
And he makes
All he did was buy himself more money
True.
by not playing.
But he's also not playing. So he's like,
What I'm saying is, instead of playing that year for 14 mil, he's going to make that much more to play 1 year. So instead of going, like, he just prolonged it a year.
or he could end up like T.O. and never get a team.
Bell's going to get a team. There's too many teams in need of a back
the talks
of that caliber.
The talks are the Colts would pick him up because they have the most cap space. They have like almost $100 million to spend this year.
Yeah, but Pittsburgh's so...
And they need help. They need somebody other than Neckbeard.
Pittsburgh does crazy stuff
Captain Andrew Luck.
Such a hassle.
But an athlete.
But an athlete. I like Andrew Luck.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ryan Mulkey.
Poop.
What up, Poop?
Okay, where are
Missed
we
you,
on
buddy.
that stat?
What
25
stat is
mil?
it?
25.
Oh, I was close. So wait, he just gave himself 9 mil more if that happens. Instead of playing for 14. he
But
plays
they
for
have to
25.
give him the tag.
Right.
Well,
I mean,
they
but
either
if
have
it-
to give him the tag or,
or
let
they
him
let
become
it
a
go.
free agent.
Right.
Yeah, there's other options.
But if he's already lost money from last year.
But he can make $9 million more this year. I don't. It's somewhere in the middle of what you two are saying
what I'm saying is...
because he's not going to make up that
It's funny
14
'cause
mil.
you're in the middle of.
Yeah. He's not going to make up the 14
I
mil.
don't get it.
I don't know why I just did that. I'm sorry.
Did the
It
joke
was
start
all
yet?
close up on you.
But he basically said, "Hey, listen, I'm not going to play this year because I'm not going to play 1 year for 14 mil. Just not going to do it." So he said, like, would you rather, Drew Amador, Pepper, would you rather go, I'll play this season for 14 or I'll wait a season, I'll play next season for 25?
I mean, depends on how much I like the game.
He also could have played last year for 14 and then got a big contract this coming year and made more
He
money.
could have, but their history is that they're not going to give it to him.
No, but he could have been a free agent
He would have got tagged again, or he could have got tagged again.
for 25.
Exactly.
So he should have played. He should have played and got that 14 mil.
Yeah, because you're a
don't think so.
football player. Play the freaking game.
Wait,
I
you
don't-
want him to do his job?
Yeah. How
weird.
crazy is that?
Guys,
Why would you think that?
I'm here doing my job.
We're getting paid?
it wasn't his job last year.
Irrelevant.
It wasn't his job last year.
Because he didn't show up to work.
He didn't sign the contract. He didn't have to. He wasn't working for them. He never signed it.
I thought he.
But
did.
he's still under contract with them.
They should just fire him.
Because he can't be a free agent. That's to me, it's different if you can go into the market and get something better. But he can't.
because he's a
He's under contract because he's a...
He's
Football player.
He's
athlete.
under he's under the system, but he wasn't under contract. If he was, he would have gotten paid.
But he can't go anywhere else.
That doesn't mean that
They still own him. They
Yeah.
own him.
they own his rights. But that doesn't mean he's under contract. It means they own his rights to his contract before it works through the system. There are other guys that teams own their rights. The Seattle Seahawks own not Earl Thomas, Campbell, first name. The other safety, 31, didn't play this year.
Campbell?
Earl Campbell.
You have Cam Chancellor.
Cam Chancellor. I don't know why I said Cam.
I don't know who Campbell is.
I'm sorry. Cam Chancellor. The Seahawks own his
Cam
rights. They own his rights. He didn't play. Nor he didn't get paid either. But he didn't play because like his back's hurt. He's like, hey, I'm retiring. But they still owned his rights. If he'd have wanted to go play somewhere else, he couldn't because they owned his rights.
Correct.
But he still didn't. He didn't sign a contract to come play. They knew he was going to retire. But they own him. The Seahawks own him. That doesn't require him to go do his quote job because it's not his job.
Yeah,
And
but
it's the part of the system, the way the contract works. LaBelle, he was owned by the Steelers, but he wasn't under contract, so it was not his job to show up as the running back because he wasn't their running back.
I just still think it was the wrong decision because, I don't know. I don't think I could ever turn down $14 million over being booty hurt.
He wasn't booty hurt.
Yeah, he was.
Booty
He wanted.
hurt.
He wanted more money.
Yeah,
He
and
said 14 mil. Ugh.
he said I'm not going to play
How
for that.
dare you?
Yeah, insulting.
He's the best back in the league.
We don't know anymore. No guarantees.
Well, how many guys have sat out 1 year? Who sat out last year and came back and won a MVP in the Super Bowl? Who was that? That's right.
Brady.
No, Julian Edelman did.
Oh yeah.
Who sat out a whole year and then
He
came
was
back?
injured.
I was gonna say,
I'm just
did
saying.
He was
did Did he
injured.
sit out?
That's
But you
different.
just said we don't know because he was out for a year. A year doesn't. You think he didn't go to the gym? He's at home.
Eating M&Ms.
He was down in Miami doing something.
What?
Probably partying.
Okay. So you can only be in the gym during the season.
That's right.
That's it.
Because that's your job.
That's an absurd. It's not his job. He didn't get paid.
But what about AB?
That guy should have shown up.
Yeah.
If
Was
anybody-
that week 17? He didn't show up to practice that
Yeah.
Saturday.
He did that twice this year. If anybody should have shown up, it's AB. I mean,
we don't know the internal workings of the organization. Don't know what's being said behind. But at the same time, you still show up for your job.
Little Rock has a question. It
I
says, how do
agree.
they still own Bell?
The rights.
Yeah, how do they own that?
because he
Somebody wanna elaborate on
can't
that.
walk right now as a free agent.
They
And so
So they own your rights for so many playing years. So if you choose not to show up, what? Okay, should I stop talking?
what are you
Sorry.
pointing at?
I'm so intense right now. I'm just chewing
Oh.
in this mic.
I thought you were telling me to shut up and let him talk.
Let me take this one,
okay.
doctor.
I was trying not to interrupt. The
So
show.
they own your rights for so many years. So like in the MLB, when you come up with a team, they own your rights for 6 years. So you go with them for 6 years. So that way, yeah, if you are on IR, no, not if you're on IR. If you don't show up to play, then that pushes it back a year. If you don't sign the contract, they still have you for 6 playing years. So the NFL, I believe, is 3 years for like a rookie contract. And then they can, and this is something they have to reorganize for the Players Association, is they can franchise tag you. So the team can decide, yes, we're going to keep you for 1 more year, but it is a predetermined monetary amount.
And there's also 3 different types of franchise tags. There's
Yes.
one where you can actually go out. I think it's voluntary franchise tag, where you can still, people can contact you about being a free agent next year.
Restricted free agent.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
And then I don't remember what the other one was.
There's a system that you have to work through in order to be completely free and clear to go play. Same thing happened with Kirk Cousins with Washington. When they drafted him, he was actually a rookie deal is a 4-year deal with a 5th-year option is how that works. And so Cousins played out, went 4 years. Washington picked up his 5th-year option. After the option year, they gave him a franchise tag. They then tagged him a second time because they didn't want to give him a long-term contract. The 3rd year, they could either let him walk or franchise tag him for the 3rd and last time, but that money goes progressively up each year that you do that. Significantly. And so they decided to let him walk, which allowed Cousins to go be free and clear and go make $84 million guaranteed 3 years with Minnesota.
And not have a winning season.
Right, but he had to go through that process, so he got paid a lot more to play with Minnesota than he did to lose with Washington, as he had in the past.
Taken after old Sam Bradford.
Old Sam Bradford.
My boy.
So that's how how the
Cardinals.
system works. But there's different kinds of franchise tags, but you can only be tagged 3 years in a row. If you're tagged in the second year, if you're tagged a year and you don't sign and go, it still counts as a tag year. And then they have to pay you more the next time. So
that's the difference between NFL and MLB. So MLB, instead of franchise tagging, they have arbitration. So
Right.
the agent / player and the team they have time to come up with what that number is. You're still under contract with that team, and if you can't come to terms, then it goes to a judge who decides in arbitration.
right.
So it's a little bit better system because you're able to market value instead of just having a predetermined number.
Yeah.
Saying that, well, this is your number, take it or
Or leave
you
it.
don't play.
And a lot of players won this year. Like it worked in favor of numerous players this year for baseball. So it definitely is a better system.
Yeah.
No doubt.
So the NFL's their collective bargaining agreement sucks for the players.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember everything that happened last time because it was 2011 is when they had the lockout because it was the owners who locked out the players.
Mm-hmm.
Basically said, okay, we're turning off the lights. You're not showing up.
I still think the players should have taken the league. Like none of them worked for them anymore. They could have started their own league and play. Like AAF has started a league and they're playing in college stadiums. Literally, like they were all out of a job at that point. They had all they could have just gone, hey, set teams for the next 3 years. We're gonna run it like this, and we'll figure out a draft process. They have too many smart guys that literally they could have stolen the thing.
I mean, if there's one guy who's already proven to stick it to the owners, and he's on the rundown.
And he's on the rundown.
Colin Kaepernick.
I was like,
There
who
he
is
is.
it?
I know. I was like,
Yeah.
Gio?
Shout out to the rundown.
We typically don't push hot buttons
Mel
on the
Kipers?
show, but I guess we're shifting gears. We're going to start pushing hot buttons. Kaepernick takes between 40 and 60 mil.
Supposedly.
Supposedly, that's the rumor. Apparently, he can't disclose specifics as a part of that agreement. And I think Eric Reed got a settlement as well. They both withdrew their collusion case lawsuits against the NFL. Apparently, are rumored to have settled somewhere around between 40 and 60 to not play. What's so funny?
Produce showed himself, and it was just not paying attention.
Yeah, I pushed the wrong button.
Once
That wasn't
again,
looking.
once again.
Yeah.
So, Duke got paid to not play.
So did you end up watching First Take this morning?
Hold on one second.
Okay.
You're pissed at Bell for not showing up for 14 mil, and you're not pissed at Kaepernick for taking 60 to not play?
So I'm going to get there.
Okay, go.
Better get there quick because game's ready to go.
So Stephen A. Smith, I think, had a phenomenal point this morning.
That's
Wait,
first.
no, that's not. I can't believe what I'm hearing right now.
Yeah.
Guys, cancel the show.
Oh,
We're
can't
done.
see you. And in scene. Now, Stephen A. Smith had a great point about essentially what happened was Kaepernick basically got paid to shut up. And we will never know the details of this settlement because he got paid to just
gotta
keep
be
quiet,
quiet.
which kind of defeats the whole purpose of like why he did what he did. He obviously had them because why else do you take a payout to be quiet if you didn't have a case against them? So if this was truly about social justice and bringing awareness, why not take them through court where this becomes public? Instead, and then the reports last week that I don't think we actually talked about it. Oh no, it came out on Friday. Reportedly, and this is not confirmed, he asked for $20 million from the AAF to play. So that's unconfirmed. We don't know that actually is true, but he was asked to play and he turned it down. And so supposedly it was because he asked for too much money than what they were paying their players. And then now the reports are coming out. He just accepted a $40 to $60 million buyout from the owners to withdraw his case.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money to not play.
That's a lot of money.
Because all he cares about is money.
Okay, to ask to start with,
Whoa.
if you're about to get a $40 to $60 million settlement, are you going to go play in the AAF for $70,000?
But did he know at that time? We don't
He
know.
probably had a good idea. I think if you're in a case, you have a good idea of what's coming down the pipe.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's at the table during the conversations. So he knew what kind of position he was in.
Tebow turned down playing in the AAF.
Well, because he's like, I'm playing baseball.
He's making more money that way.
Spurrier called and was like, hey, you're interested. He's like, man, I'm going to keep swinging a bat.
He's
Which
at-
I
he's
know
at spring
you
training.
I know you hate him for it, but at the same time.
No, he made the right choice. He made the right
I
choice. He's
agree.
making more money in AAA than he would in the AAF.
I don't think it's about money for Tebow.
Did you guys see his interview today?
No.
Oh my gosh.
On what?
I'm officially not a Tebow fan anymore.
Oh no.
Yes.
I was
What
watching
happened?
the video. I feel like we should just keep talking on NFL, but I don't know if we should bring this one up.
Is it about the-
Yeah,
up.
somebody asked him basically about the haters, and he was
Oh,
just
God.
like, "Oh my gosh, dude!" It was just I couldn't turn it off quick enough, but it was like a car wreck. You gotta watch
You're
it.
watching the
yeah.
train wreck.
He just goes on about, oh man, you just gotta be yourself, and you can't live with regrets, and people every day live with regrets, and I'm like, dude, if you're living with regrets, then you got bigger issues than what you're talking about, and don't. I'm so mad. Can't do it. I can't do it.
So we need to watch it?
No,
I got it pulled up already.
don't watch
Okay.
it.
I want to see it.
It was just a typical
We pass it over here.
inspirational
Keep
speech,
the camera over there.
and it just made me sick of just
Might
how
want to plug it in there.
typical it was of these motivational. It literally sounded like a motivational speech.
Well, that's
I'm
what
motivated
Tebow
just by
does.
listening to it.
It
He had that same kind of speech in at Florida.
It was so fake sounding. It was just so.
Just
Huh.
play it out loud.
I don't want to hear it again.
Yeah, I don't want it to be.
Let's hear it. Play it out loud. How do we do that?
Drew can get over it.
I can't, okay?
How do we play it out loud? You produce.
Pass that cord over.
It's not gonna. Yeah, let's play the dumb thing.
Pass the cord over.
Cord me.
Do you want me to go get it?
Beer me a cord.
Hey, Little Rod
Beer's
just
the
mentioned them in our...
Well, that
Wow.
was a terrible throw.
What if I pulled it up on my computer?
Yeah, that's even better.
All right.
That actually makes sense.
That does make sense.
Of all the things that have been said tonight,
Why would we do that?
why would we do this?
This is why we hired a real produce.
Real life produce.
Here, you can have your pewter back.
Your list, what?
Oh, pewter.
Your
Hand him that pewter, man.
old
Your pewter.
Pete's.
Pewter me.
Hey, bear me pewter.
Bear me a pewter out quick.
My searching Tim Tebow haters.
Welcome to the Bush
I-
Sports Show. We are the
I
best.
searched Tim Tebow interview, and it's going to be the one in the middle.
Okay.
Shreds
On
critics.
YouTube.
I just did it on Google.
Is that what it says?
Yeah, Tim Tebow shreds critics.
What is this?
Our
naysayers.
Is this
critics
the
and
Daily
naysayers.
Wire?
It's the Daily Caller.
Oh, I was close.
You want to go shred?
Hey,
Here, just send it in the group text.
we're talking about Tebow. We're about to pull up a clip from him. Somehow we got to that from Kaepernick.
Always.
sorry.
We
I
always talk
said
about
I'm
Tebow.
sorry.
We really don't talk about Tebow that much.
All the time.
No, we talk about LeBron more than we talk about Tebow.
I think
There
Tebow's
you go.
a better topic than Mel Kiper's mock draft, which is wrong every year and has been wrong since 30 years.
I just wanted to bring up
That is
30
wrong?
years ago, or
No, I was just gonna because we talked about him last week. Murray is number 13 on the draft. So that's all I wanted to bring up was that.
I want to bring up the fact that Mel said, hey, he's going to move up, and then he didn't. And they're like, why did he move up? He's like, oh, people are talking, so I didn't move him up. Like, that was his answer. He's like, I said he was going to move up, and then he didn't move up because people said some things, and so I didn't move him up.
You know what the dumbest
Wow.
job on ESPN is?
That's it. The mock draft, right?
Mock draft.
Yeah.
Now
Stupid.
Todd McShay's got to get in it too for the last couple of years, and guess what? They're both wrong. There's like 4 different things that are different in the first round in each other's, and yet that's all they're going to talk about.
I do think that Bosa will go number 1
Yeah.
to the Cardinals. I hope it's Murray, but I think it's going to be Bosa. Go
He's a
Cardinals.
good player.
Yeah, he is.
He's a good player.
He, just like his
All
brother.
right.
To keep perspective and not letting other people define you. You know, it's really trying to keep perspective and not letting other people define you, because they sure do want to. And I try to encourage young people all the time to not let the world or other people, outside sources, define you, because you're always going to have critics and naysayers and people that are going to tell you that you won't, that you can't, that you shouldn't. Most of those people are the people that didn't, that wouldn't, that couldn't. And don't be defined by outside sources. You go after your dreams. Succeeding or failing is
What
not
is
making
this,
it to the
4th
bigs, or
grade?
It's not
Go after your
necessarily
dreams.
fulfilling that.
You can
It's
pause
not-
it.
It's having to not.
He said nothing.
I was
What
I was-
is that?
I was getting excited when he was like, the can't sayers, the naysayers, the don't sayers, they didn't. And I looked at you and you're like, dear goodness, somebody shut him up.
Because that was the most generic thing you
Oh,
could say.
that was so
Seriously.
cookie cutter.
Guys,
which is Tim
Come
Tebow.
on.
Tim
Tebow-
Tebow's bland.
Tebow's been a cheese ball since he was talking.
Yeah, the same
full
same kind of
Uts.
interview at Florida.
Yeah.
He's full on Uts cheese ball.
Hey, guys.
No, worse than that.
Worse than
Yeah,
Uts.
wait,
Worse than
what's
Uts.
a, what's a generic brand of Uts? Or is Uts the generic brand?
Utz is the generic brand. That's why we had it. Shout out to Utz Cheese Balls, our non-sponsor sponsor.
Our Walmart special.
Yeah.
Been around since
Brandon Graham, what's up?
05.
What up, Brandon Graham?
Okay, so Kaepernick, yeah, dude, I don't know. Yeah, I've kind of gone back and forth on the thought process of, like,
I mean, stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for what you think is right. But don't compromise your beliefs when someone offers you money.
yeah,
Okay,
you know
Tim
how I
Yeah,
feel.
Kaepernick.
You know how I feel about like being able to stick it to the man when I don't like the man,
Yeah.
and I don't like the NFL owners for the most part. I do not like them.
And he had them.
And he had them, and so like, but then like, so taking the money, I'm like, yeah, man, y'all paid him $60 million to not play. Heck yeah. And then I'm like, wait,
But what did you
What?
compromise?
like, what? Why'd you take the money?
I mean, imagine how much Nike
I don't
paid
know.
him.
oh, he's still getting. Yeah, he's still making money.
Dude,
He's not hurting.
he had a couple teams that came and talked to him. I know Denver talked to him about playing, and he said no. Somebody else, I feel like, came and talked to him, and he
sorry.
said no.
Why is that not on the rundown? Flacco to Denver.
Flacco
I
to
thought
Denver.
about bringing it up, but man, it was just.
Yeah. Gosh.
Let's go.
It's
Flacco
Flacco.
goes to Denver because Lamar Jackson is the number one in Baltimore for the Ravens, and so
Denver,
Case Keenum. That booty hurts me a little bit because there was a guy in the NFL by the name of Case. Can't stay with the team as their number one. Why? Because he's really not very good.
bring up the list of quarterbacks in Denver over the last 5 years because,
It's an ugly one.
dear goodness.
Brock
Osweiler.
Oswalder.
Start with
Walder.
Tebow because that was the start of the demise.
Heyo.
But they went to Manning and then won a Super Bowl.
Sorry, you're right.
Not because of Manning.
And then they go to Brock. Well, then they get rid of Brock because Brock was booty hurt because they brought Manning back. Like, seriously?
All right.
You're booty hurt about Manning?
Gosh, this is bad.
What year do you want me to start?
Tebow.
All right.
Which is
2011
oh,
or 2010, we got Kyle Orton starting. Tim Tebow was
Oh.
a backup, played 3 games. Then 2011, Tim Tebow played 11, and Kyle Orton was 5.
Peyton.
Then we had Peyton, and Peyton and Brock Osweiler. Peyton probably got hurt. That was probably something with his neck or
That
something.
was the Super Bowl
fuse.
year.
Was that the neck fuse?
And then Trevor Simeon and Paxton Lynch played in 2016.
Yeah.
And then Trevor Simeon, Brock Osweiler, and Paxton Lynch played in 2017.
Wow.
And Case
Oh,
Keenum
they
played
brought-
all 16 games.
They brought Brock back in 2017.
The 3-time.
Mhm.
The
Brock-
3-timer.
Brock went to Houston, Cleveland, and then back to Denver for less money than he was offered originally.
Brandon Graham will play practice squad on the 52-man roster, low as you want on the depth chart.
Okay.
And Seymour
Oh, Seymour?
Yeah, Seymour's dropping.
until he's 45. Then he's done.
Okay.
Now 2019 is Joe Flacco.
His year.
God.
Which, I mean, I think a lot of people were putting the blame on Elway. I mean,
So the thought process.
Rightfully so.
your
Yeah.
last year here, but
Gosh.
Rightfully
you're
so.
a great quarterback. But
And
Maybe.
outside of Peyton Manning, Tim Tebow was the last person who went to the playoffs with the Broncos.
And won.
which landing?
A game.
He
but
threw
he
like
won.
365
Hey.
yards against Pittsburgh.
And Peyton Manning didn't win a game in the playoffs in 2 of his seasons. So, I mean, there's things.
Yeah, but then he went to the Super Bowl. So
Well, yeah, because he was
yeah.
playing for Denver.
and they had an incredible defense that year.
DeMarcus Ware and
Those were
Von
such good
Miller
defense.
were lights out that year.
Yep.
And Champ Bailey. Those
So,
three
as-
guys
like, so,
carried that Super
As
Bowl
much
team.
as I love me some Peyton Manning,
Defense
was
wins
done.
championships.
yeah, he was
He
not
was
the
done.
reason they won.
Defense wins championships.
He was awful that year.
I mean, he contributed, but he was no
He
Tom
definitely
Brady.
threw the ball.
Guys, I saw today that Eli Manning, it's like Eli Manning's farewell tour will take a 4th year. It's like a 4th lap around the track with Eli on the farewell tour. I did see that Dwayne Haskins is being projected to go to New York, who is very much a Cam Newton type quarterback.
I'm just wondering when they're going to give up on Eli and why people keep saying he's our guy. He's our guy.
If he can't
It's
do it,
New
nobody
York,
can.
man.
Come on,
It's
man.
New York. Those guys are loyal to the end.
But New York just spits people out. New York City does.
I don't
so
know.
why
Chew
can't
you
the
up and
football team?
spit you out.
Exactly.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I mean,
No
throw
answers.
a pair. Giants.
Don't
Just
know.
remember, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
Okay. Good to know.
It's in a song.
Okay. Good to know.
It's
Been a
called,
while.
it's called New York, New York.
Okay.
Been a while.
Been a while.
Been a while.
Anything else you want to say about Mel Kiper and the fact that you hate his job?
I mean,
Hey, I'd
I'll-
like a useless job, right?
I'll say I'll get paid to do it.
Pay us.
Raise your hand if you'll take that job.
Guys, raise your hand. Thank you. Everyone? Yep.
All right. You can be wrong all
What
the
job is it?
time.
And get paid.
Kuipers.
Oh,
Draft picks.
You just have to talk to people.
It's
Hey, who do you think is going to go here? Who do you like? Okay, cool.
And then you just look at their combine stats and be like, yeah, he ran a 4.5 40. Yep, okay, it's great. And, you just got to read the stats.
Hey,
You just
guys,
got to
he's
got to
fast.
line
There's
them
your
up.
job. There's your job.
He's
I read
fast.
stats
Oh my gosh.
every week.
Yeah. Sometimes out loud.
Sometimes I get them out loud.
Stat guy, you need a sports show. Oh, wait.
Wait. He's on a sports
He
show.
needs more than one guy.
All right, so next week, bring us your mock draft.
Mock draft is on its way. I'll
Wait,
just start making it.
no,
right now.
hang on. Sorry, that's going to be all Cardinals.
That's true.
And Cardinals with every pick.
Guys, I got this.
Do you want to bring the first round?
Yeah, I'll bring the first
Bring
round.
your first round.
Julia Moffat's watching, but yeah, I'll bring the first round.
Bring your first round, and then we'll post it and see who wins, you or Mel. What's up, Julie
I
Moffitt?
got this.
I like
All
it.
right.
Cool. Anything else about the NFL that we want to talk about?
Oh, should we mention that highlight from the AAF this weekend?
The one where that quarterback got destroyed?
Yeah, he threw the grenade behind his back, and
Oh.
it magically got caught for
Yeah, that
a
was last
loss.
week. Yeah.
A loss of 2 yards.
Really?
Huh? No,
Well,
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
I saw
better
that.
than-
That's pretty
it
cool.
It was
wasn't
better
loss of
than
2
like a
yards.
6-yard sack.
The behind the back throw?
Yeah, that was this week. It was a loss of 2 yards.
But he threw it and completed it, so that's impressive.
Was
right?
it? I thought it was a gain of like 6.
No.
No,
Well, it
I
was
definitely-
if you count the sack, what he was going to take.
What's that guy's name? Nelson, Philip Nelson. Is that right?
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Phil
right.
Nelson?
Yeah.
I looked up some stuff on him today. I was reading. He played for Minnesota,
Philip Nelson.
Rutgers, and then East Carolina.
In that order?
He went to Minnesota, transferred to Rutgers,
Oh,
never took a
college.
snap.
I was going to say,
Got
how,
it.
I thought you
How
went
do
to
you
the
do that?
Vikings
No.
to college.
No, got in a ton of trouble, missed that whole year, then went to East Carolina, and then has been out of football for like 2 years, or maybe tried to play in Canada, and now he's playing for AAF.
Are you sure you're not talking about Keanu Reeves and the replacements?
I actually am talking about Keanu Reeves
Plays for the San Diego Fleet.
because he plays for the Fleet. What's his name? Is it Philip Nelson?
Yes,
Yeah,
Philip Nelson,
yeah.
1L
Okay.
for anyone who cares.
Yeah, you had it right.
Yeah.
1L Phillip.
And if you look at a lot,
That's what they call him.
Who's the guy that got destroyed in the end zone?
I don't
Anybody know? There's a quarterback ran in the end zone and just got lit up by a safety.
raise your hand if you watched any AAF games.
I don't even know
Okay.
what channel it's on.
It's on CBS, and then they play
It's
one
on
on CBS,
CBS.
and then they stream the other 3.
There's only 4 games a week.
There's only 8 teams.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. 10,
Nailed it.
10 games. I think the ratings were probably way down this
Hey,
week than last week.
Yeah,
It was
because
a little bit-
NASCAR. NASCAR was on.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe. That's where everybody's at tonight. They're watching NASCAR.
Did we talk about NASCAR?
We did. We said
We-
Daytona.
we mentioned it, which
Daytona
is-
500.
That's good.
Did we mention who won? Just that guy who won. I know who it is, but I'm not
I
going to
don't
say.
know.
it.
Who
Just
was
kidding.
it?
I don't know who it was. All I know is there was a bunch of wrecks like
Jeff
at the end.
Gordon.
Oh, there was a
Damn.
20
No, it's
car.
not Jeff Gordon.
There was a 20 car wreck.
Is it
Kyle? I think Kyle.
Dale Budweiser?
Tim
Danny
Tim
Hamlin.
Tebow.
It looks like D. Hamlin,
Danny
who
Hamlin.
drives a Toyota and sports the number 11.
Yeah,
What-
Kyle Busch finished second.
He doesn't drive a Chevy.
How much do you make if you win? What's the payout?
$500. Why do you think it's called the Daytona 500, dude?
Because it's 500 laps.
Oh,
You you bag of vegetables, you.
you hassly.
All right.
500
Wait,
bones.
5 Hondo.
Which race is it where you win the milk?
I don't know. The milk race.
That's a lame. That's a lame.
Oh, that's the Indy
winning
500.
victory.
So like they're like when
1.5
you get on the
mil.
stand, they give you this thing of milk that you drink.
1.5 mil if you win.
Yeah, and 1.1 if you finish second. Like, that's not bad.
Hey, coming in second, not too bad, right?
Would you
Except
take
you lost.
Would you take a silver
you take-
medal
yeah.
along with 1.1 mil?
Would I take a silver medal with 1.1 million to drive a car 500 times in a lap? Yeah,
Hey.
because I don't think that's an athletic event.
It's harder than it.
Ooh.
I understand that
Not
it's
an athletic
it's
event.
not
No,
easy
it's not.
It's
and grueling, but
Pretty
I
skillful.
don't consider that a sport on any level.
And I'm glad we're bringing this up because I purposely watched a NASCAR documentary this week. It was actually it was fantastic. It was really good. So
Guys, I did this on purpose.
I-
I meant to push play.
thank you.
He watched
it
more.
was not an accident.
He watched more of a NASCAR documentary than the NBA All Star game.
Wow.
And of an actual NASCAR race this weekend.
Wow.
That's saying something.
But it was great. It was Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt. And I'm gonna take the time to talk about this. Okay,
Do
because
it. Somebody write it down real
Like
quick
you
on the
guys-
scratch pad.
I feel like you guys don't like this.
No, I
No,
love
come
it.
on.
Go.
No, but it was great. It was
having a
it
good time
was-
making fun of you.
And nobody really, I don't think, none of us except one person, not going to mention who it was, were old enough to really remember this. But when Jeff Gordon came out, he was not like the rest of the other NASCAR people. Like Dale Earnhardt was a good old country boy.
Did he
North
turn right?
Carolina. He did. He knew how to turn right, but he didn't in races because he won. But he was
a lot. He won a lot.
It was funny because they talked about rivalry in NASCAR.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a thing because, and it wasn't, the guys liked each other, like they talked to each other during the races. The only thing that was a rivalry was their fans, their fan base, because you had Earnhardt, who was country, and Jeff Gordon, who was city. So you
Right.
had city people and you had redneck people. And they didn't like each other. And that was
All right.
it was an hour on that and turning left. It was incredible.
So who's your favorite walking out of that show?
Gordon.
Was he the country one or the city one?
City one.
City.
But
City.
he had a great mullet back in the 90s still. So you got to give
He did.
respect to
Yeah,
that.
but who didn't? Oh yeah.
I wish maybe I did. I don't know.
Just saying.
We're doing a lot of show of hands this week.
When you
But-
when you said somebody was old enough to remember, who was that you're referring to?
Again, when I said it, I said I'm not going to say
Oh,
who it was.
Fair.
But
I remember
what-
both of those guys.
you're lying. You're not that old.
Okay.
What I really was meaning to get to was that they are not athletes, no, but it is a very hard.
It's a very
Craft.
difficult.
It's very
Position,
difficult. It's
yeah.
very difficult, and they are conditioned, but they're not athletes. I mean, just
Yeah.
because you go to the gym doesn't mean you're an athlete.
Agreed.
But
But they do condition to
It
be
is
able
a
to
very-
drive that long, that fast.
it's very
That's
technical.
stressful.
It's a test of patience.
Yeah, and testicles.
You're trying to be funny,
Yeah.
but you're correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And peeing your pants
Exactly.
Yeah.
100% true.
and
So-
not drinking any water and sweating a ton.
So
Yeah.
deep respect for what those guys do because it is legit.
But still not athletes.
But to answer your question, would I take second place in 1.1 mil for that? Yeah, because I don't see it as how I see the other things.
What if Dax came to you and said, "Dad, I want to be a NASCAR driver"?
Yes.
Okay.
If I were Dax's
we'd
dad, I
convince
would
him to
say
go
Would
yes.
you
Formula One.
rather him be a NASCAR driver or a soccer player?
Do you have to ask? NASCAR all day long.
NASCAR or hockey?
Oh,
You like Brooklyn, so, you know.
man, hockey. Yeah.
All right.
What do you like
Respect.
more, Talladega
Okay.
or Brooklyn?
Ooh, that's an easy question. Oh, apparently not.
The pancakes are better in Brooklyn.
Telling
so-
you, man, the pancakes, they'll get me every time. Brooklyn.
Good choice.
Thank you.
It took you a while to
Because
answer
it's
that one.
not
I thought about
Florida.
it. I hate Florida.
Florida's, yeah.
I like the sun. I hate Florida.
Shout out to all our fans in Florida.
Yeah, shout out, guys. I like the Florida Gators. I am a Gator fan. I have been since I was a kid. Yeah, chomp it, which is why I've liked and supported Tebow up until now,
Oh,
which I feel.
you went Florida State on this.
I had to
I
mix
like,
it up.
dude, I like Florida State.
Hmm.
I like Bobby. What's
Or
his name? The coach that used to be at Florida State. Bobby.
Jimbo Fisher.
No, the one before him.
Boucher.
No. Bobby Boucher.
Seymour?
He's from Bobby Boucher's from
Bowden?
Louisiana. Yes, Bowden. I liked him. A lot of respect there.
There it is.
So
All right.
NCAA basketball, Duke has moved back up to number 1.
Yeah, they did.
Is college basketball just like college football?
I think I misspelled Tennessee on the rundown.
Yeah, 2 N's, 2 S's, 2 E's.
Cool.
Tennessee. Tinny.
It's funny because you're the only 10 I see.
Hey-oh, there it is.
Tennessee.
There it is.
I had to throw it in
So
there.
Tennessee was number 1. They lost to a top 5 team.
Correct.
So they have 2 losses now, and they moved all the way down
Uh-huh.
to number 5.
It's
Uh-huh.
different
How the
than-
heck does that work?
It's
Good
different
question
than college
because
football.
because Duke lost to an unranked team. They both have 2 losses,
Huh.
and Duke moved up to number 1. Oh, you know why? Because it's all about hype.
There it is.
Guarantee you. So when that news came out today, like SportsCenter, like had that ready to go
Right.
because they were ready for Duke to be number 1.
Right.
They are like chomping at the bit for any Duke news because they love themselves some Zion Williams. Son,
Quick
Great save.
stat. George Graham. Florida is the only way to get to a cruise port.
not true.
What if you go to
There is Galveston.
Houston.
Not true.
There is
New Orleans.
New Orleans. There is San Diego.
Costa.
There is-
San Juan.
There's San Juan.
And all
There's
of
New York
San Diego.
/ New Jersey. So
Alaska.
You just
There's-
ever slapped your own dad.
yeah, come on,
So-
Dad.
We are now going to refer to your dad as Schmores Graham.
Now I will give him
On the
this.
show.
The best cruises are out of Florida.
what about the
100%,
Alaskan
100%.
cruises? That sounds like a fun time.
Don't those leave from Alaska?
Seattle.
They probably
Oh,
leave
Seattle.
from America's. Oh wait,
Wait, Alaska.
from the mainland somewhere.
That's Seattle.
Somebody
Seattle,
asked Stat
Vancouver.
Guy to pull up a map of the United States and read.
Oh wait, This reminds me of a great story.
Oh,
that
dear.
Is it wings? Is it about wings?
No, it was about the first time we were doing our mission trip to
Oh,
Hawaii.
hey, we're all stupid. And George actually said it's only a way. That's the only reason
we
Florida
all
is
misread
good.
that.
We just got
Florida's only
just
good
got
because it's a way to get to a
Well,
port.
I think only one of us read. Who read it?
Daddy Schmorsgram, I would like to apologize for misreading the quote.
I knew he was smarter than that. I'm just gonna say
And
it.
we will retract all of the negative things we've said about you and now only say positive things. George Graham was, number one, the greatest bowler at OSU ever. Hands down. Like, there's not an argument. When people ask me, when they come up and ask me, they say, hey, you have a sports show. You have a hot opinion about everything. Here's a question for you. Who was the greatest ever OSU? But before they get it out, I yell at the top of my lungs, George Graham! Every single time.
And it's true.
And it's true. And not only that, that guy can hit a golf ball forever. We teed up one day playing
is that
at
a
Cowboys.
length? Is that a measurement of length?
That is a
or
measurement.
time?
It's a measurement. It's both.
Okay.
It's a dualistic measurement of existence forever.
Whoa.
And yeah, so it's similar to
It's like Han Solo and the
Ever.
Kessel Run.
yeah,
It's both a measurement of time and distance.
right.
12 parsecs.
Kind of like the Sandlot. How long do I have to keep the beast chained up? Forever,
Forever.
right? So we tee up. We're at Cowboys golf course, and George is not young like we were at that point. I'm in my late 20s. Blake is like just now peaking in life. We're there with
This is before he started liking hockey so much.
we're there with Lieutenant Stephen Shorts.
Lieutenant.
Yeah, Lieutenant in the Navy. I mean, for Pete's sakes, like
Ever heard of it?
We had some top quality athletes in the golf cart. We all get out, and old man Graham gets up, tees off, and it went forever. Like we all teed off after that, and then we all stopped, hit our next ball. We all went to the next, and then hit again, and then Daddy George got to his ball and putted it into the hole. Is about how the whole day went. So, it all to make up for that
Yeah.
misread. My bad.
Yeah. Good story.
Thank you.
All right. No one tell my story.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that's my fault.
Since Stat Guy doesn't know geography. So we were getting ready for our first trip to Hawaii.
Okay, hold on.
To do
I don't know
mission trip.
geography. Do you remember our geography quiz on
Yeah.
the show?
Anyway, so
we all
As
we
we're
all
getting-
got everything wrong.
as we're getting prepared, we're talking about documents that we need to have because we're taking a bunch of teenagers to go there. And so there's
That doesn't sound good.
one lady in particular who was with us.
Hold up, before you finish. You're gonna get it wrong. I'm trying to help you right now.
Then you tell the story. That's all. I was
Just
hoping you were going to
checking.
take over.
We're actually in Hawaii.
No, not that. No.
That's why I'm checking. That's why I'm checking.
No,
Finish your story.
That's a great story too.
All right, go.
So as we're getting ready and talking about the documents, our old intern, good old Rick Boffman,
Crazy Rick. Shout out Rick Boffman if you're watching.
tells her that she needs to change her money to Hawaiian, and so she asks where we can do that.
Where's the exchange?
Yeah.
The exchange booth. Is
Chris
this
Bowman.
the same person that when we got there?
Yes.
So then we get to Hawaii. We're hanging out, doing our thing, and we were on. We flew into Maui, spent a day there, and then jumped over, got on a puddle hopper, and jumped over to Molokai, which is our favorite island in Hawaii. Why? Because that's where we've stayed.
That's where we go.
And she walks up to one of the native Hawaiians and says, "Hey, we were snorkeling on Maui, and we saw some fish. Are there fish in this ocean too?"
This is the first trip, right?
No. No, it's the first. Yeah, it's the first
Yeah,
trip,
this
not the
is
one
year
you
one.
went
The
on.
yellow shirts.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
would this happen to be my sister?
No.
Okay,
No.
because she was on that trip.
No, that was the year of the hug a pineapple
Stat
shirt.
sis.
Well, they
Because-
both had hug pineapple shirt. We had blue
I
ones.
know,
They had yellow ones.
But the first one I sent in
Uh-huh.
for a rendition, I spelled it pineapple.
There was no E.
I'm in class.
yellow ones?
I'm in my graduate level class. Like I was in my master's degree, and I'm sitting there in class, and one of my buddies leans over and sees it on my computer. He's like, "Why does that say hug a pineapple?" And I was like, "It says pineapple." He's like, "Bro, you can't spell. You stupid." So he corrected it for me.
Kind of like Tennessee.
Yeah. Tennessee.
Chris Bobin's watching. He says, "This
What's
is so
up, Bobin?
dope. This and then this again. Hook 'em
What-
So
horns.
dope.
Be more specific, but also yes.
Major League Baseball spring training started today.
2
For everybody.
days.
Full team practices started today. Last week was pitchers and catchers reported, and then everybody was on the field today, except for there's 2 big names that were not on the field. They are Bryce Harper, Manny Machado, name that I can now say because I've practiced countless times looking in the mirror.
Yeah. And did you hear what Manfred said today? So Manfred's the commissioner.
I did not.
He basically put the blame on the players, especially because one of them was offered a great offer. One of
The 10-year, $300 million offer probably should have been taken. If we're being honest. That's a big offer.
Talking
That's a
about
lot of
Harper
money.
here.
Especially for somebody
Yeah.
who is not like in the top of the players.
Who had the year he had, who had a down year, much like the donkey. Down years equal down careers, period. Whether you like it or not. You can't have more than one. There he is, the handsome man himself. I just want to say real quick before we get really into baseball, we don't not like Rodgers.
Correct.
We think he's a phenomenal quarterback.
Yes.
To set the record straight, he is a phenomenal quarterback. He just doesn't win much.
Yeah.
Ever.
I think he is greatly overrated by the analyst.
Absolutely.
And there's
Stephen A.
Yep.
To begin with. Okay, let's
All right,
move on.
yep.
So Bryce says, hey, like I'm worth more than this. I'm not taking the 300. Manny hasn't been made an offer yet.
Reportedly, the Padres want to pay him somewhere in that range as well.
Manny or
Yes,
Harper?
Manny. Yeah.
Okay.
And Bryce. They've met with Bryce too. I don't know if they offered him anything, but they've met with him twice. And then there's still like I saw today the White Sox. Oh shoot, I forget who else. Shows how much I paid attention. There's like 5 teams who are like waiting to meet with Harper.
Okay.
So
Suckers.
I don't know. They better not pay him that. The 300 is a good deal. 300 is a good
300 's a good
deal.
deal.
That still puts you like in the top of the players getting paid. But man, 400. That's a lot of money for 10 years.
For somebody who's not the GOAT.
No. You know who is? And we say this pretty much every time we bring up Harper.
He will be on the show one time because he will hear how much we love him.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mike
yeah.
Trout.
Mike Trout.
Okay, as much as
We just got to go fishing for him.
as much as
Hey-o.
some of us used to love Tebow until some recent events, we all,
take it.
except for produce, everybody on this show, hands down.
Hands up.
Okay, or up, and that's fine. Put your hands wherever you want to put your hands. Hands can go wherever you want them.
Timeout. There's no timeouts in baseball, but we really need one right now.
Hold on.
Anybody else want to say something?
So
Break it.
hands up again.
Your hands can go up or down.
No, hands are all going
Hands
up.
are all
hands
going
up.
up.
We love
the entire
Mike
time.
Trout. We
Hand
love
check.
Mike Trout.
Hand check.
Mike Trout is our favorite, and he's not making $400 million. He's not making $300 million. Right now, he's going to get paid $66 million for what's left on his contract.
Yeah. However, the Angels are already talking about renegotiating a long-term contract with him because they really do like him.
Like everyone else.
Yes. So they are worried about what will happen if he goes to free agency and they don't like re-sign him now. So there's a chance sometime this season he may be signing an extension with the Angels, and the Angels do like to give long-term contracts.
Yes, big ones.
They gave Pujols 10 years, $240 million at like the end of his career.
Yeah. So
Apparently, the Angels are also interested in Bryce Harper. Sharing the field with them.
Well,
Them sharing the
no,
field?
there's no way.
Well, according
No
to
way.
MLB.com/news.
However, Mike has alluded to when being questioned about playing for the Phillies and his desire to be there at some point in his career.
Uh-huh.
Fun
Why
fact,
do people
Bryce
want to
Harper
go
is
play?
also interested in the Phillies.
Why?
I don't know.
What is so?
Well, Mike is a
Great
Philly
about-
fan. Where is Mike Trout from? There is
America.
locational ties for him.
No, he's from Alaska, dude.
Bryce just wants
This
some
is my
money,
fault,
bro.
guys. He
Like-
is 27 years old from Vineland, New Jersey.
So that's why Mike is interested in playing in Philly.
Is that closer to Philadelphia? Because
Yes.
yeah.
He's an Eagles fan, And so Eagle, like, he's like, man, I'm a fan. Like, Philly's a great place to play, and their fan base is amazing. And he's like, I'm one of them. And so,
was that a real question, or are you making fun of me?
No. So like it's southern
California to Pennsylvania is quite a distance.
being real.
Southern New Jersey is really close to Philadelphia.
Right.
So that's why I was.
Were you making fun of me?
Can we get a map?
no, it wasn't. Don't
Did the
be.
joke start yet?
Wasn't a joke.
Okay.
That one wasn't.
It's one of them funny things.
He was actually talking and again making factual statements.
Okay. Congratulations.
So Mike, at some point,
I'm
I
a doctor. Darn it.
I'm a doctor, Hassel.
You're a stat guy.
Get your LeBron up, take your hands, and get out of here right now.
Take that gimpy loin of yours. Get out.
Gummit. Hey, listen, there's two kinds of people in this world, okay? There are Hassels and there are LeBrons. Wait.
And
no,
some are both.
That's not right. There's Hassels and there's Amish Mafia. And that's it. So Mike is eventually going to get a long-term deal that's really, really lucrative. They're
Hopefully
saying
it's
that
not with the Angels.
two things are happening. One, yeah, he
deserves way better.
He may be wanting to wait. His camp may want to wait to go, hey, I want to see what the market floor is going to be with Harper and Machado before I'm going to negotiate because I'm going to get paid better.
Because he's
when
better.
He does, because he deserves it. That guy should be the number one player in baseball, number one paid player in baseball.
It almost seems like he doesn't care about that kind of stuff.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. He wants to
So-
play baseball.
I'm wondering if he will do that. I feel
Well,
like knowing him, he will just re-sign again for the the Angels, and play as an Angel for probably the length of his career.
He might.
If there's one way to describe him, it's an angel.
It's a lot like Dirk.
And he's going to make a lot of money doing it regardless. It doesn't matter really what he gets paid. He's going to make a lot.
And what stinks is that he's not going to go down. He probably will not go down as, one of the greatest outfilders to ever play the game.
I think
and
he
he
will.
is.
I think he will.
If he keeps not saying anything and being like not being like these other divas out there, then
Yeah.
he may just get lost.
I
he'll,
think
he'll
from
be a first round ballot.
from a pop culture standpoint, you're right. But from a baseball still, the respect I have for baseball, like the inside workings of, like, they know what's happening. And so
Right.
the people that pull the trigger on Cooperstown and things like that, those guys know.
But you can also go to Coopertown and look at half those names and be like, who?
Who? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that'll be Mike Trout, unfortunately.
Yeah. But we are all, like, it doesn't
We
matter.
know.
Like,
We know, you're
as soon as we have an actual audience, we're gonna say it. If Mike's not gonna be a diva, we're gonna be a diva for him. We are Mike's divas.
We are proxy divas.
Yes, the proxy divas. We are Hassel's proxy diva, Hasselites. Bring your groin brace.
Man, I really got to go back and watch and listen to what I said.
I don't know what you said. But we're doing it. Mike Trout's going to get paid eventually. They're saying his extension, if it comes, will come probably in March. So, if Harper ever gets signed.
Will he go to arbitration?
No.
Okay.
He's not in that.
No,
arbitration happens
I just wanted
with
to say
the
arbitration.
guys. Okay. Never mind.
I can say it now. No, Trout will be a free agent after the 2020 season.
Hey, we got to wait that long?
No, unless he gets extended
Yeah,
this
they're
year.
going to try to extend him.
They're going to try to extend him this year, and the question is whether he's going to take that deal or whether he does really want to go play in Philly and go from there, which will hinge on where Harper signs.
Yeah.
If he signs in Philly, then Mike's not going to go there because nobody has the cap. It's not cap space. Nobody has the change to pay them both because there's no ceiling.
Unless he takes a pay cut, which he very well could.
Knowing Trout, he would do that because he's a good guy.
We'll see.
And
Tom
that's why
Brady.
we like him.
We'll see.
I like Tom Brady, yep.
Well, apparently it's not as much as I thought because I thought his cap number was less than Aaron Rodgers, and it isn't.
Yeah, we're going to have to really take a look at that.
We are. Hey, if you're watching the show, the dude that was busting on us on all dude, there was a guy in there that threw some stats down today. Like, it was quality. I mean, it was like, here's why Rodgers is the best.
Interesting.
Now it didn't sway me, but I was still like, that's quality stuff. Like, he's saying
Hey,
quality things.
Those are numbers.
All you have to do is do this.
Yeah,
And then, another hand that does this.
yeah. You have to add one.
That's all like.
If you start with one hand,
Yeah.
and then you add another, see what happens.
And then
So-
compare it to just the one hand.
However, there is a Green Bay Packer who the number 2 on the list for championship wins was a Green Bay Packer from the 60s. He won 5 championships.
But that was before pre-Super Bowl, right?
2 of them were Super Bowl.
Yes, it doesn't count.
So is it when it shifted, he won 2 of those. So
Well,
he played in
And
the
it was the
transitional area.
70s, you know.
Yeah.
Just doesn't count.
Yeah. It
Irrelevant.
was the 60s. It was like 60s, and then the transition was like 67, maybe?
Yeah. Something like that.
I
yeah.
don't know.
This was yeah,
Is that right?
53. This was the 53rd Super Bowl.
That's fast math. You just quick math.
Here's a nail, hammer. Psh, nailed it.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Hey, it's 10:01. We have officially been on for an hour and 14 minutes.
Because we started on time.
Because we started 1 minute late, which we feel pretty darn good about. Hey, thanks for joining us on the Bush League Sports
Been a
Show.
while.
We are the Best B-Rated Sports Show live on Facebook and on YouTube. If you need to catch the rerun, you can go to YouTube and watch it, or you can watch it on Facebook. The iTunes drops on Tuesday mornings. If you'll go and leave a flipping review, that would help us out a lot. If you hate the show, that's fine. Put 5 stars. I hate these guys. That's phenomenal.
That's what I
did. You
did.
love it, 5-star, and then make another account, 5-star, do it again. So the more comments, the better. Instagram is BL Sports Show, and comment, all those great things, sports memes. Share the show. Give us the Bush push. Use your voice, the voice of the Bushies. We have given it to you to use, to voice your opinions. We love you guys. Thanks for watching. We will be back next Monday sharing all the great things that have happened in spring training and MLB, talking about football once again and everything else we talk about, including the NBA Snooze Fest. Don't be a hassle. LeBron, much love coming at you.